Hi, welcome to Vegan Business and Marketing Tips for cafes, restaurants, cloud kitchens, home bakers and chefs. If you're vegan and you either own or plan to start a vegan food business and you'd like to do this in a joyful, peaceful, deeply fulfilling way, then you're in the right place. I'm Susmitha Veganosaurus and I'm so glad you're here. Let's kick off this episode with an inspiring message from someone who's taken my guidance and applied exactly what I'm teaching you in this limited series podcast.
Hello everyone, I'm Preeti Gopal from Bangalore and I'm a data scientist in a tech company. So I've been a vegan for a few years now and it has been my dream to open my own vegan cafe and a restaurant a few years down the line. So because I just have it as an idea and a dream, I wanted to talk to people, but I had no one in my immediate family and friend circle who is from a business space. So I looked for help online and I found Susmitha and I signed up for it immediately. And I'm so glad because she's been there, done that, and she speaks out of experience and insight. And you will really come out with more clarity on what you need to do. So, yeah, strongly recommend her guidance. Thank you.
You remember MySpace? What about Orkut? There was one more also, Rise, R-Y-Z-E. These were all social media platforms that existed long before Facebook and Twitter and Insta and all those. And guess what? They don't exist anymore. Wiped off the face of this earth. And that's the reality of social media platforms. When Facebook started its concept of Facebook pages, like business pages, I was one of the first people to be super excited about it. I created a page for my blog as well as one more for my art, all kinds of stuff. And I promoted everywhere. Instead of sending people to my blog, I'd pull them to my Facebook page. Why? Because it was easy to use and it was so nice to be able to interact with people, exchange messages, right there at the tip of my fingers. But now you can see, Facebook is pretty much dead. It's gone. Barely anyone uses it. And those who are on Facebook still are the ones holding on to its vestigial days of glory. Or maybe they still have a couple of groups or connections going there. But that's pretty much what Facebook is worth anymore. Now, keeping all this in mind, if you currently have an active social media account for your vegan business or you're planning to start one, look at it through this lens of the history of disappearing social media spaces. And now ask yourself, is it really worth it? See, the thing with social media, and I'll give you Instagram for example because currently that seems to be the one where most businesses exist, most people have their accounts, whether creators or business owners, that's where they live as of this moment. But seeing the history of all the other platforms, I have no hope that it's going to be there forever. The issue with Instagram right now, the biggest issue that most business owners face is the ever-changing, moody algorithm. You just can't depend on it. You can't trust it. You have to work so hard to keep up at it. Is that really worth it? Hashtags, reels, see what others are doing, put a lot of effort into creating content because others are. Oh no, this other vegan business, they post every single day. Look at all their stories. Look at the beautiful photographs that they post. Look at the content that they churn out, all those reels. I'm not doing that. I don't like doing that. Maybe I'm not fit to run my business. That silly little voice that just whispers this nonsense into your head. See, The value of a social media platform is only one thing. It's to be social. It's social media, so use it to be social. By no means should it be your main marketing platform. Or worse, the place where you build your business, completely dependent on it. There are some businesses I like who just don't exist outside of Instagram, and it shocks me that this is what happens. I Google search for them and only their Instagram page comes up. There isn't even at least one small website or blog where they can be reached outside of Insta. I go off on Instagram breaks for months together sometimes. I mean, I love the community, the beautiful space that I've curated there, and I am attached to it. That's why I keep going back to it. But when the time is needed to do some meaningful, deep work in real life, then cutting off social media has served me very, very well. Like right now, I'm off Insta as I record this episode. I've been off for the past few months because I don't want that distraction while I'm building this beautiful thing for you all. But when I share this with people, with business owners or generally creators, anybody, when I share it with people, the first reaction is, oh, it would be nice. I also want to do that, but I need it for my business. I need to be present there for my business. Guess what? That's just your mind making up a reason for you to keep staying there. Let's all admit it. Instagram is addictive. You go in there and that's it. You lose yourself down the rabbit hole. There are very few people who are able to come away very quickly after going into Instagram. And even if you limit your time to, say, a couple of times a week or just a short while each day, all the different things that I've tried, by the way, before I decided to take long, proper breaks. So even if you stay away and not be on it all the time, Insta still occupies your mind. And like I said, while you're there, comparisonitis, you're looking at other people who run similar businesses as you and you're feeling bad. Even if you wish them well, you feel a lack. You feel like, okay, I should be doing more too, or I wish I had the kind of money or funds or team, whatever they have that you don't have, right? The perception of what they show on Insta, which you don't have, you will start wanting it. And that will slowly over time demotivate you. This is the reason to stay away from the platform, particularly when you're making some important changes. If you're making certain plans for your business, stay away. Yes, some of us can afford to delegate. So you can, if you have someone, if you have an intern, if you have a kind of business which has a team, delegate it to others and let it go. Now, delegation is an entirely different topic where we need to let go of perfectionism and we need to trust that whoever takes over will do a decent job and not be attached to that platform or not be attached to your Insta account and the way it runs, the way it looks and everything. Now, if you need to delegate, you delegate that way and let it go. And then you stay away. But if you're not able to delegate, then you step away for it. It's okay. I don't use hashtags. It's been years since I've done that. I don't create reels. I don't bother with it. I liked it when it originally started, but once Insta started pushing it and forcing people to do it, I'm like, oh, screw this. I'm not going to create reels anymore. So I don't bother with that anymore. I take off for months together. And none of this matters because whenever I do come back on Insta and create the kind of content that I'm very comfortable creating, photographs, carousel posts, long write-ups. When I do this, the right audience, the right potential ideal clients for me, they come, they see it, and they connect with me. So don't be afraid that if you stop posting, if you stop interacting on social media, people are going to just forget about you and move on, because those who will forget about you anyway weren't the right customers for you. Here's how you should be using social media. Use it to make your presence known occasionally, to be social with people, interacting with them, just getting to know them, but not as the place where you take your orders, where you run your business from. And very few of your posts should be marketing related posts. That's how you build a social media account, and that's how you ensure that even if you disappear, once you're back, people will come back to you. There's this very important saying: don't build your house on someone else's land. It makes absolute sense in real life, right? It would be idiotic to do that. You go take somebody else's land and you build your house. It doesn't matter if that person said, yeah, come build your house here, because you don't know. You have no power. That land is not yours. Any moment your house can be broken down. You can be evicted. Anything can happen. That's the thing with social media. That's the thing with Instagram. You don't own your content there on Instagram. You don't own that platform or that space. You put so much effort to build it, however. You put so much of your time, your effort, your emotions, your mind, so much of your energy into it. Is it really worth it? For a platform that either might disappear someday or might kick you out for whatever reasons they see fit, or its constantly changing algorithms might chase all its audience, its users away from it, so that then everything you've built is gone. So make sure that you have your own space, places that you own, where you can get people in. A website, a blog, a newsletter, where you have the control, where nobody can kick you out. You should own that particular space. Get people into that. Even if you're not regularly posting on your blog or regularly sending out emails, get people into it. A newsletter is so valuable. It's a great tool to have. That way, if and when your social media platform disappears or it's not useful to you anymore for whatever reason, you don't want to be on it anymore, you're not tied to it. You're not attached to it. You can up and move out anytime you want, because your audience has followed you into your own space. And once you do this, you won't have to worry, even when you are on Instagram, to be social occasionally with your, clients or potential clients, whatever. You won't have to worry about comparison. You won't have to worry about feeding the algorithms, mood swings, none of it. You don't have to worry about any of it. You can just be yourself truly. And authenticity, something that I've gone on and on about throughout this whole course. You can be your true self. You can write your messages as you see fit, the way you like to do it, and then see who the right people are who come to you. I hope you found all the information I've been sharing on this limited series podcast really, really useful, and applying whatever I've taught so far in your business and seeing the shifts and the changes. If you feel like you need more personal guidance, very tailored to you as a person, your business, and your unique target audience, then I'd be very happy to work with you. Book a 1-hour vegan coaching session with me. I'm here to support you, to guide you, and to answer any questions you have to the best of my ability. You can find the link to book your vegan business coaching call in the description of this episode. Talk to you again in the next lesson. Bye.